at the Black Comic Book Festival, and so I am here to suss out what these new versions of black superheroes could possibly be as bleros. I think that's what people call them now.
Bleros?
Blero.
What's a blero?
A black hero.
What do Spider-Man, Superman, and almost every other comic hero have in common? Well, they're almost always white, straight men, but that's changing.
I am Lord Lion-O.
My name is a pimp named Slickbacks.
Nubia.
I am Dreadlocks from Kemet.
As there are little kids that look up to superheroes, and there's people like Superman, there's people like Black Lightning, there's all different types of people, and I think it's important that everybody grasp that, you know what, there's somebody that looks like me. Just like we had President Obama, somebody that looked like us, that was the president, it's the same way.
I never saw representation. There wasn't a lot of things for me to relate to.
You wonder where I am and why I'm not on the screen.
It was always the male white hero that had to come save the day. Black heroes matter. It's all about representation and inclusion in popular culture.
Equality, you know, inclusiveness, you know, for everybody. Everybody has to feel equal, that they have somebody to look up to. That's what it's about, making sure everybody knows that we have heroes too.
It's not just about having people of color represented in comic books, but it's also how they're represented.
It's not just having black characters. It's about having black characters with moral principles. It's important to have black characters that look like them, but also hold themselves in a productive manner.
It's not just about having black heroes, it's about having good heroes. Heroes that are women, heroes that are differently abled, heroes that are different sexual preference, all of it. We need to see representations of ourselves that make us feel good about ourselves.
And representation is about so much more than people of color. It's about LGBTQ communities, it's about women in the right roles.
If we are represented, it hasn't been well a lot of the times. A lot of stereotypes. Women usually are sex objects.
Any person of color or women in any kind of strong role, they were always the damsel in distress.
Traditionally, they're usually straight and like just one-dimensional because it's usually drawn by men.
And if we don't have representation for everyone in comic books and in all media, then we'll have entire swaths of humanity who don't have role models, who don't have aspirational figures.
The LGBT community was a little underrepresented in comics, but that's really been rectified at an exponential rate within the last 5 years.
So I want you to be able to be whoever you want to be, regardless of what's going on in the world. I am myself, not because it's represented, because this is who I am and who I want to be.
So now there's women, there's LGBT, there's men of all different races, you know, genders, sexualities, all expressing themselves in a very powerful way. So each voice has a different story, and if we're all interested in unique stories and not the same thing, this is the industry to be in.
So a lot of comic book writers and illustrators say they struggle to get publishers to take on their stories, so they're crowdfunding to do it themselves.
We went to Kickstarter because we thought we didn't want to have to deal with a publisher saying what we can't do. And when we did this Kickstarter for Black, we asked for 30, we got over $90,000.
A lot of times big companies will say they can't find black female writers and artists, but this book proves them wrong because they're in here, they've been making comics for years, and they're making major contributions to the field.
Always believe in yourself. Never give up on what your ideas are, what the dreams are you have for your characters.
I've forgotten many things, but I do remember that this is NBCLX with #OurStories. What's yours?